Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Let's Talk That Talk podcast. Today, our person of interest is Bollywood actor Salman Khan. Well, I completely understand if few of you, not few of you, let me not underestimate the fan following. Well, then most of you might get offended, which is kinda okay because that's how the influence of someone is supposed to work on others. Anyways, moving ahead, let's begin with our today's podcast. Salman Khan was born on 27th of December 1965 in Madhya Pradesh as Abdul Rashid Salim Salman Khan. Salman Khan is the eldest of three siblings. His family consists of his father, who is a well-known screenwriter, Salim Khan. Salman's mother, Sushila Charak, is Hindu, who later adopted the name Salma Khan. He has two younger brothers, Arbaz Khan and Sohail Khan, and two younger sisters, Alwaira Khan and Arpita Khan. Salman finished his schooling from St. Stanislaus High School in Bandra and then enrolled at St. Xavier's College in Mumbai, but later dropped out. Salman Khan's acting career took a breakthrough with romantic family drama movie Maine Pyar Kiya. After many flops and hit through his entire career, Salman is now one of the most popular actor in Bollywood. But wait, with all this fame and power comes the reality check. Let's go back to year 2002, where the infamous hit and run case that brought our judiciary system in question. Well, what exactly happened in the year 2002? Let's unfold the events step by step. On 20th September 2002, Salman Khan was involved in an accident resulting in the death of one person and injuring four others as they were sleeping on a footpath in Bandra. It was reported that Salman Khan was behind the wheels of his Toyota Land Cruiser, which hit the American Express bakery, and was accompanied with his personal security officer Ravindra Patil of Mumbai Police and Kamal Khan, a singer. On the day of accident, Salman Khan did not report this incident to police or neither did he bother to check if he hit anybody and sneaked away from the scene. Later on, First Information Report (FIR) was filed in Bandra Police Station by the Personal Security Office Ravindra Patil. He mentioned in his FIR that he advised Salman to not drive as he was drunk. Salman did not take this advice and drove recklessly, which resulted him losing control over his Land Cruiser. This hit and run case was supposed to be a case under Section 304 of Indian Penal Code, which is about culpable homicide not amounting to murder. It was registered only under the mildest section of 279 stating rash and negligent driving endangering life. Coupled with Section 304A, that is causing death by negligence, and Section 338 causing hurt by act endangering life or personal safety of others, of IPC, and a few Motor Vehicle Act provisions. After this, Salman was again arrested and kept in judicial custody for 14 days, but was released on bail immediately. After the thorough investigation, a charge sheet was filed under the Section 304 of Indian Penal Code. In 2006, prime witness Ravindra Patil gave his statement in front of the magistrate court. During this time, police officer Ravindra Patil was harassed by his own fellow officers at work, making him to revert his statement against Salman Khan. He was also offered bribes to change his statements, but Patil stood firm on his principles and did not change his statement. When the trial began, Patil attended 2 hearings and later missed 5 hearings. It was reported that he ran away because of constant torture from his co-workers and was getting death threats. A non-bailable warrant was issued. Patil was found hidden in Mahabaleshwar. He was arrested for missing 5 hearings. Patil informed his seniors about threats but did not get any kind of help from anyone and was sent to Arthur Road jail. While the accused Salman Khan enjoyed 83 assumption in 10 years in non-bailable offence he committed. Ravindra Patil was even tortured in jail. Later in November 2006, he was expelled from police force. Upon his release, he lost his job, contracted tuberculosis, took up alcohol and drank himself to death. Patil weighed only 35 kg when he died. Ravindra Patil never let his family get into this powerful case as he was worried and concerned about their safety and warned them to never visit him and would visit occasionally to his hometown Dhule. Before his death, Ravindra told his friend from Naigaon police station that he desired to live and tell the story of his bravery to police commissioner someday. That how he stood by his statement till the end and how his own department did not stand by him. And he also wished for his job back. After the tragic death of Patil, trial continued and the other witness, Kamal Khan, who was with them on the night of hit and run, flew to UK and never returned back to India or was ever called by Mumbai police for questioning or investigation to help up with the investigation. During this trial, like every other Bollywood twist, came a bizarre twist. Ashok Singh, someone who claimed to court that in fact he was the one who was behind the wheels at the time of the accident, but this was rejected by court. Another theory that was put forward by Salman's lawyer was that the accident took place because of a tire burst, but later was dismissed by trial court. The attorneys wanted the court to impose Section 302 or Section 304 on Salman Khan, which never happened, and the trial was deliberately prolonged for several years, and finally in 2015, session trial began and the court gave its judgment by imposing a sentence of 5 years rigorous imprisonment to the actor Salman Khan. But an appeal was filed by Salman Khan and his sentence was overturned, which resulted in Bombay High Court acquitting him of all charges. Salman Khan was a free man. With all this facade happening around, to improve his sabotaged public image, on 28th of July 2007, Salman Khan launched his new charitable initiative, ironically naming it Being Human. Yeah, that's the irony. Like, the case was something very interesting to follow. Yes, Salman Khan is a free man now. He has, even though he was, with facing this charges and, going to court every now and then, he was still being offered movies. He was still being offered advertisements, and he was like moving ahead with his life, and I don't think so. He has faced any consequences. He just was in jail for max to max 14 to 15 days for this particular hit and run case. So yes, the Bombay High Court, acquitted him of all charges. That means, he is a free man, I would say. What can I say more? Praising and offering help to him. So yeah, this is kind of pathetic, and it is like a joke of the judicial system we have in Mumbai. Whatever happened with Ravindra Patil was not good. He was as been described by his fellow classmates of batch 1998. He was said to be the most handsome person in their batch. He was appointed for SOS team, but in his initial stage, when he was offered to be a security officer, personal security officer for Salman Khan, into being, into this 5 weeks of him being his personal security officer, Salman Khan got into this accident and his life changed. Ravindra Patil's life changed. I don't think so Salman Khan's life even changed for a bit. Though it did not they did not murdered Ravindra Patil, but whatever happened with him, the consequences led him to his death. So yeah, it's so sad to see that how the judiciary system of Mumbai worked at the time, and it's really sad that if you have money, power, it's like you can get away with anything. So yes, being human organization, the charitable organization, it might have settled his image again in front of public's eye, but when you go back in when you go back to reality, people should understand that he is an actor. His job, his profession is acting. So I think so people get confused or misled by this, or or influenced by this, that a common person having a 9 to 5 job, it's his profession to be at office from 9 to 5. Left, same goes for the actor. When they act in a movie, it's their profession. They don't represent themselves in movies. It's a script written for them, and their acting makes the movie so impactful and powerful. People might have forgotten because of the strong PR strategy that Bollywood has. So I mean, kudos to all of them, but still the truth doesn't change. So take care of yourself. If you are, I would say, fortunate enough to be wealthy and be in power, make a good use out of it, stay out of problems, and make sure you be a good example to others. So guys, thank you for listening to my today's podcast. Have a happy day. Bye.